Hi there, Nate Urandi, Orion Training Systems. See this? This is a fantastic beer. I think it's even rated a perfect 100 by some beer judging organization. In any case, St. Bernardus App 12 from the Trappist Brewery in Watteau, Belgium. I visited it in the spring when I went over there to do the Tour of Flanders and Paris-Roubaix amateur races. Fantastic experience. And I, of course, had to pick up a glass directly from the brewery, so I brought this home with me. Luckily, it did not break. Man, that's just really good. In any case, I have a beer a night. I enjoy it. Usually, I drink it while I'm talking to my wife, and she's enjoying a glass of wine, and we're just talking about our days. But, regardless of even if I drank more, which I don't, the last thing I would do is drink and then get behind the wheel and drive. Why? It's dangerous. I'm impaired, when I would have, let's say, multiple beers. So why would I put myself in harm's way? So I think about the bike, and I'm very comfortable riding in a pack. I'm very comfortable descending at up to 65 miles an hour. Yet I would never ride my bike without a helmet. And so if you've seen the bad news recently, Steve Tilford, one of the American pioneers, recently experienced severe head trauma. Thank goodness he's okay and he will recover from that. But it was within a group ride and he wasn't wearing a helmet. And it sounds like, and I don't know Steve, I respect Steve, but I don't know Steve. It sounds like he rides without a helmet fairly regularly. I just don't get that. I don't care how old you are, how skilled you are, how fantastic a bike handler you are. You can't account for everything. In Steve's case, a dog ran out into the street within the pack of riders and happened to hit him. So you can't account for that. You can't account for everything. You can't account for descending at speed and all of a sudden getting a flat, which would throw you off your bike, as another example. So this is nothing more than a PSA, a public service announcement. It doesn't matter how great you are at anything. It doesn't matter how much you enjoy something. There's risk and there's reward, and you have to understand what the scope of the risk is and determine what the outcome is if something goes dreadfully wrong. When you're on a bike and you're going 30 miles an hour within a pack and you don't have a helmet on and your head hits the ground, there's a great chance you could die. Why would you subject yourself to that kind of risk? It's not the risk of the pack riding. It's not the risk of riding in a pack at 30 miles an hour. It's the risk of hitting the ground and not having anything between hard concrete and your head. So, again, risk versus reward. You got to fully understand the scope of the risk. And then if you subject yourself to the worst of that risk, it's completely on you for what that outcome might be. Now, don't get me wrong, I wish nothing but a speedy recovery for Steve. But that's just common sense. He would have gotten a concussion, but he would have walked away and been just fine. Instead, he's been in the hospital for days. He's going to remain there for a few more days before he's even released. They even thought they might have to drill a hole in his head to relieve some pressure. Thank goodness they did not have to do that. So again, weigh the rewards, weigh the risk, and understand the full scope of the risk, and then make your decisions accordingly, but live with the repercussions if something goes dreadfully wrong, and hopefully it won't. As always, happy training.